What did you think then about what the opportunity was in 2014 when Tim Cook was luring you? What did you tell him the opportunity was to increase the value of these most productive stores on earth?
Well, and again, he had one goal in mind. He had a retail store position open, and and it's hard, it's hard once you are running the entire thing to go that narrow, if you will. And so, and again, realize I'm trying to talk him out of it because I haven't really. So I, in one of the emails, I kind of proposed something that I thought might delay him a couple of months. So I sent a very nice, gracious, humble email, and I just, thank you so much, et cetera. And if you ever would consider the retail stores and integrating those with the online business, because that's the lens that I see the world through, at Burberry, we did everything digital first. So I said, if you ever wanted to integrate those and then wanted to make sure that they did something even greater, everywhere that they played a more important role in the community. If you really ever considered doing that, then of course I would have to consider. And good. So about 5 minutes later, I get an email back. Well, I hadn't thought of it, but I love it. I'm at the stage in life where I think that companies have a huge obligation, and I think that the bigger the company, the bigger the obligation. And so our whole vision for the new store design concept was, what does the community need? How do we make it so that the best of Apple can come together in one place? You mentioned the App Store. Apple Music is huge. Apple Pay, health and fitness, HomeKit. It's the number one camera in the world times a multiple of like 10. So therefore, how do we help you become a better photographer? So we kind of mapped out everything people do on their devices and said, how do we make sure that we create an experience where the best of Apple comes together, one. But two, how do we make sure that the bigger that Apple gets, we put something there that's so wow, but also that is so incredibly locally relevant.
Musicians, photographers, are people in the arts. To what extent do you see this as a, kind of you're creating a gathering space for them?
Yeah, it's funny, we call it a town square. And I think, having 3 teens and you go to Washington Square Park in New York, or you go to Covent Garden or Union Square, and on the weekends, you'll see an artist over here sketching something, or a guy playing a guitar over here, and kids love that, right? It's a human experience because they're so used to living in their digital worlds. And so our whole concept was, how does the store become more like a town square? Again, where the best of Apple comes together, everybody's invited, and it becomes almost a community hub.